Good evening, teacher. My group is made up of Fernando Loja and my person Kevin Loja. We have chosen the movie The Sinister Island and we are going to describe it to you. In 1954, federal agents Teddy Daniels and his partner Chuck all go to the Ashcliffe Hospital for the main on shooter incident located in Boston to investigate the disappearance of Rachel Solano, a patient who disappeared from a locked room. Agent Daniels discovered in Solano's room a note in which he wore the law of for who is 67. Dr. John Calley, chief psychiatrist, explained that Rachel was hospitalized after drawing her three children, refusing to accept the reality that she is mental hospital. During the research, Teddy becomes interested in a lighthouse which he is told has already been registered. Teddy asks to be shown the fields of the hospital employees, which Cowler refuses, although he allows him to question them. In this regard, they are puzzled when they know that Rachel, psychiatric Dr. Sheehan, has gone on vacation that night. Teddy has a strange dream in which he sees he is with Dolores Chanel, who died in a fire a few years earlier, who tells him that Rachel is still on the island, as is Andrew Ladies, the arsonist responsible for his death. Daniels concludes that this in patient number 67 not recognized by the institution. The next morning, officers the question patient from Rachel Group therapy session, on of which during a shock distraction was Teddy to room later. Teddy tells his partner that the reason he has accepted the mission is because Andrew later is there who was and sent to Ashcliffe because he screamed but then disappeared, which casts doubt on the institution. Teddy holds me George Noyes, who claimed at the experiment with inmates there. Teddy is determined that his institution be closed due to human experiments. Back at the clinic, Colin informed Teddy that Rachel had been found and introducing her. In her delirium, she takes him for the husband who died in World War II, and he is then greatly distressed. Teddy later develops migraines of increasing intensity accompanied by photophobia. Her dreams are getting weirder, accompanied by hallucinations during wakefulness. And at this point in the situation, Teddy is determined to bring ladies in Sector C, which hosts the most dangerous patients. There he meets Noyes, who fears that he will be taken to Hell Lighthouse, where lobotomies are practiced, and tells him that research is a game built for him.
Meanwhile, the tickle meet club and they make it to finish and why to Lights host, but when they to three close, they expect Tercy club boy against the rocks. The research on the bow he arrives, he finds nothing of him. Clean back, he was woman and Hidea Club, who claims to be the real Ranch Solano. The woman claims she is a careful psychiatrist. On the discovery that they were experimenting with psychotropic drugs to achieve belonging control things. When she warned the authorities she was a conformity. As if in the panting the prevent from escape, leaving the woman traced to the hospital. Her doctor James claims that they arrived on the wrong island with no evidence to clue was here. Determined but confused, they returned to Lighthouse and the managed in the to enter, convinced that clue was kidnapped and taken there to very experiments. At the top, he finds Dr. Chains when the Chains explains while Andres lies in the St. Daniels. They move downwards patent improvised in the sector C for having murdered the depressive man while after the shower the he came in the inside rebel into the Solano. Is it why Edward Ladrils and Rachel Solano and are agrams of R. Lanes or and Dolores Chain. According to Dr. Chain, the events of the past few days have been designed to breed. Lays insisting about allow him to play the role of the Daniels Hospital of including Dr. Chain's position and crew and the nurse position and Ranch Solan. His most patent. Solan will pass on the test on the migrant lay suf where sometimes from his medication and the harms from the real Ranch Solan. We here return to reality and analysis today. Daniel was good game late in the overgame and the pass out. Late went up in the hospital under the supervision of Dr. Chains and Cell. We question lies the tour in the cover wide response to Dr. and Singh of the progress would not because on the peace chain not style the range. The summer stay 9 months ago would late and had received rapid and the foreigner caution that he be lent to la chain to remove himself. Sometime later, they reach on the hospital grounds. Doctor said, but can him plug and they say they need to leave the island. She says her kid and the close observation of the situation, how order the officers to take like this. We they are coming to look for him. Lady says to her, what will be worse to live at a monster on the like good mind, which means that regression is only and the marketing this question as the reason for his regression as the furnace to life to like a monster, lives to calming lives, officers to be lower to meet.